Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another segment of creating awareness of what domestic abuse may look like. So, this week's topic is going to be about toxic loyalty. We're going to start with the scripture from 1 Samuel 18th chapter, verse 1. And it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David. And Jonathan loved him as his own soul. So, this is what positive loyalty looks like, healthy loyalty. Loyalty is being in a committed and faithful relationship and being supportive to one another through thick and thin, through good or bad. But what happens when your loyalty starts to turn toxic? When you realize that you're starting to overstay in a relationship that you need to exit out of. When you realize that, this person may be being emotionally abusive, gaslighting you, guilt tripping you, making you feel uncomfortable in a relationship, or that you owe them something, or they become verbally abusive. You don't even know why, and now they're yelling and screaming at you and disrespecting you, devaluing you as a person, as a human being. Physical abuse, when they're shoving and pushing on you, and you still stay out of some form of toxic loyalty to this person because you love them, because you want to see the best in you, in them, and in this relationship, but they're not sharing that same positive loyalty to you. So what is toxic loyalty? Toxic loyalty is when you stay committed to your partner knowing your relationship is becoming damaging and detrimental to you. What are some signs of toxic loyalty? Ignoring red flags. When you begin to justify their negative and toxic behavior towards you, they didn't mean to say that. They didn't mean to embarrass me in public. They didn't mean to do these things. You're starting to ignore the red flags, those red flags that are blaring off saying, this is just not the right person for you. When you begin to hope for change, like maybe one day they'll see the value in me. Maybe they'll respect me one day. Maybe they'll love me just as much as I love them. Fear of the unknown. This is a huge one for people who who carry this toxic loyalty in relationships that they should have been walked away from. The fear of the unknown. I'm so used to this unhealthy environment. I don't know what stability looks like anymore. I don't know what it looks like for me to be on my own. I don't think I can raise these children by myself. I don't think I can pay all my bills by myself. I don't think I can do it without this person. But you can, because you were doing it before you met that person. You're probably doing it while you're with that person. And you just need the confidence and knowing that I definitely can do this without this person in my life. Another example for knowing that you may be displaying toxic loyalty is you begin to neglect your own health. When you think about it, when you first met that person, You were smiling, you were happy, you were all in love. You were doing your hair, getting your nails done, dressing fly, being real cute, or for the guys, being real handsome. And then at some point, your whole image changed. You don't comb your hair anymore. You don't get dressed up anymore. You don't want to do anything anymore. You're not being the best version of yourself when you met this person. Now you're starting to neglect your own needs because this person is so consuming of your needs that you're giving all of your attention and devotion to them when you need to put it back in yourself. So, how can we break toxic loyalty when we start noticing the signs that, I could be being a toxic loyal partner? And when I say that I'm being a toxic loyal partner, it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that your focus is off. You're not focusing on what's positive and healthy and nurturing in this relationship anymore. It's become a environment where you are doing things that you typically would not accept or allow from other people, but you're allowing it from your intimate partner. You're allowing them to physically abuse you. You're allowing them to verbally abuse you. You're allowing them to financially abuse you. And we want to break that pattern because we love ourselves. So one of the first things you can do when you realize, I may be being a toxic loyal, might be giving this person toxic loyalty, is prioritize yourself. Start putting you back in front of everything else. I was telling someone the other day that it's okay to be selfish sometimes. Sometimes you have to put yourself first. And if you feel that your environment or that your friend or your intimate partner is draining you of your self-worth because now you're putting all of your focus and attention on this person's negative behavior or things that traumatic experiences they may have experienced, put you first. Give them good advice. Remove yourself from the situation and focus on your own mental health, your own well-being. Another thing you can do is unlearn your toxic loyalty. Pay attention to what's making me stay so devoted in this situation that is detrimental to me. Why am I staying? What well, you obviously have nothing to gain from it. So, what's keeping me here? And start to unlearn those patterns and replace them with positive patterns, or start setting healthy boundaries with that person for yourself. You're putting you first. I'm putting me first now. I can no longer allow you to damage me emotionally, physically, verbally, or financially. I have to put myself first now so that I can start being more loyal to me instead of loyal to you. Another thing you can do is self-reflect. Self-reflect is something I do all the time, especially when I feel like things are going sideways and what is going on, and I feel like I'm losing control. That's a good sign for me to know that, okay, now it's time for me to focus on Melinda and what's going on here and how I can change that. So self-reflection is a great way for you to have a positive conversation with yourself about your environment. What's going wrong? How can I change things for myself? Because I obviously can't change this person, but I can change me. And I am the one who matters right now. My health. I'm no good to anyone if I'm falling apart, if I'm damaged, if I'm hurting, if I'm allowing people to drain my self-worth. And lastly, I always add this in most of my videos. Speak with a therapist. It is okay to go to therapy. I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in God. I put God first above everything in my life. I counsel with God But outside of counseling with God, I also need to speak with a therapist, someone who can give me a new vision on life, someone who's unbiased, that they don't necessarily have to take my side, but maybe they can give me a different point of view or point of reference for me to see things. So this concludes this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you take time to reflect on if you're being in a toxic, if you're being toxic in a relationship with toxic loyalty, not toxic in a relationship. If you feel that you have a sense of toxic loyalty to someone that you know you should have been walked away from, or you shouldn't be tolerating certain characteristics of this person or people, take time to self-reflect on that. Make sure you like me and love me on all of my videos. Thank you guys. If no one told you they love you today, I love you and have a blessed week.